Hello, everybody. My name is Mason, and Lanterns just dropped on HBO Max. Hey, and I wanted to give my little thoughts about it and everything. And as a point of reference before I start doing my review, I grew up with John Stewart as my Green Lantern because I watched the old Justice League and Justice League Unlimited TV shows. So John Stewart is my Green Lantern. I just want to point that out. So I love the fact that they put John Stewart front and center in the DCU instead of Hal Jordan. Now I love Hal Jordan too. I have a action figure right there. I have the little omnibus of Hal Jordan right here as well. But besides that, this TV show was really good. The first episode has me hooked on it. It's kind of like this murder mystery, but with the Green Lantern Corps involved. Kind of like Far Sector, but in a sense where it's more than just a murder mystery. It has to do with aliens. It has to do with not propaganda, hidden agendas and everything like that. Because Hal Jordan, is trying to train John Stewart to become a successor, but at the same time, he's also conflicted by this small town that they visit in Nebraska that holds some kind of meaning to him, and this is where the murder mystery or murder took place at. You know, and he's trying to figure out what's involved and everything, and he thinks aliens are involved. Turns out he's right. And before I go on, this TV show does take place in two time periods, 2016 and 2026. What I'm telling you right now takes place in 2016, and then we'll get to 2026 later. So in 2016, all this stuff happens in this little town, and Hal and John are trying to figure out what's going on. And I will say that Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler's dynamic in this TV show is really good. They play off each other really well, kind of like a father and son duo. They do make Hal a kind of grumpy old man, which I don't really like. I still don't like it, but it's still fine. Maybe I'll warm up to it later. But he's kind of like this disgruntled old man, kind of like Stanley Pines from Gravity Falls. Um, but anyhow, I thought it was a really good start off to the series. It's got me hooked. About these aliens coming in and trying to murder people. But we don't know why because Hal Jordan tried to interrogate them, but we didn't get anything. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And then fast forward to 2026 in TV show, we see John going back to the old Nebraska town, and we see Hal's body or Hal's corpse on the bleachers, sitting there, frozen in the dead of winter, with his ring missing. So that can only entail what's going on with this. Maybe it's Parallax. Maybe it's something that's going hunting after the Green Lantern Corps. Apparently, there are Manhunters are the main villains. So that's pretty cool. But we'll have to see when the next episode drops. So thank you all very much for watching, and see you all next Sunday.